What do you say, Vinny? Once again, we've had Vinny from when he was just a little baby. And Vinny, come on over here, Vin. Vinny's, you know, what would you do for a Klondike bar? Vinny would do anything for a piece of banana. He does this little, there you go. All right, Vin. Okay. So what is Vinny? Who knows what Vinny is? He's a groundhog. He is a groundhog. And of course, he shouldn't be awake right now. He should be asleep. What should he be doing? Yeah, what do they call it when an animal sleeps all winter? Yeah, he's going to be hibernating. Okay, so he would normally be hibernating. By the way, my wife thinks that we look way too much alike. Okay. If I was eating a banana, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Okay. So Vinny would normally be hibernating right now. And we used to hibernate some of our animals. We don't anymore because we had another woodchuck or groundhog named Petunia. And Petunia, we decided to hibernate. So she went into hibernation, had no problem. When she came out of hibernation without a problem, she lived 5 days and died. Now, it turns out that hibernation is very, very tough on an animal because it's not just sleeping. It's a really, really intense sleep. Everything slows down. Their heart rate slows down. Their breathing slows down. Even their body temperature lowers. And this means that they don't have to use a lot of energy to make it through the winter because they might be going 6 months without any food or water. So they call him a groundhog. A couple of other names. Oh, and by the way, he did not see his shadow on Groundhog Day because it was doing something. I don't know what was it. Oh yeah, it was snowing. Okay, so Punxsutawney Phil didn't see his shadow this year. They also call them, well, there's a couple of other names.
Whistle pig?
They call him whistle pig. And I never heard the term whistle pig until I started doing programs with kids. Kids would tell me, oh, that's a whistle pig. And I said, well, how do you know it's a whistle pig and why do they call it a whistle pig? But the reason kids know about it is because Curious George calls them whistle pigs. I had heard this a number of times, but we have a bunch of birds in our building. I thought it was one of our birds that was whistling. It was not, it was actually him. And it turns out that these will whistle as a warning, as an alarm. They are in a group of rodents called ground squirrels, which include things like 13-line ground squirrels and marmots, and then one we're very familiar with, prairie dogs. And the reason they call them prairie dogs is not because they're dogs, it's because they bark. They also look like a little puppy, but they make a barking sound, and this barking sound is an alarm. Now, these are not as social as prairie dogs are. Prairie dogs will live in what's known as a town, and in that town there might be up to 200-300 prairie dogs. The long-lived rodents are the ones that seem to be the most intelligent, and I think it's just because they have a lot of time to learn things. But Vinny is quite incredible. And if you look at his teeth, you know what I think I'm going to... Vinny, what do you think? You think we should take you around and let everybody see you? All right, come on up here. Come on. Oh, boy. Yes. You can see his teeth. You can see he is the rodent, has the rodent teeth. You know. What do you say, Vin? There you go. And they're not the largest rodent. They're not even the second largest rodent, but they are a fairly large rodent and very, very widespread throughout the United States. These get down into Georgia.